The GT3 has a carbon bonnet, which I didn't know until I opened the bonnet a few weeks ago to put some luggage in the front. And you can see the weaving. Cool, really, for a two-door sports car. Looks pretty cool, this backdrop. Wheels, magnesium wheels, spec'd on this GT3, so ultra lightweight, keeps the unsprung mass down. As we all know, a lot of weight transferred in a wheel. You do feel it when you're doing spirited driving, which, to be honest, I'm not going to take this on the track, so I won't really notice much of a difference. But yeah, Cup 2 tyres, Michelin's on the back, only the best, in my opinion. On the front, 20-inch wheels on the front with 20-inch Cup 2s, obviously. Steel discs on this spec car. I didn't need, well, for me, I didn't need ceramic discs. I'm not going to take it on a track. It's perfect. They've got plenty of braking power on it. More than adequate. Fun fact, the centre locking wheel nut, which is that, is torqued, for what I understand, to 600 Newton meters. So good luck trying to get that off yourself. If anybody knows of a tool to try and get that off, so I can do it at a local garage rather than taking it back to Porsche. We all know what Porsche prices are and what they charge. And I can't imagine what it's going to cost to have 2 rear tyres or potentially 4 tyres replaced on a GT3. Actually, look inside a GT3 engine. It's obviously, because it's underneath here, Porsche only let you get as far as that. So that's where you top the oil up. Top the coolant up as well. It's really good, doesn't it? Purposeful again. Center console. Everything just has a purpose. There's nothing over the top about it. Bose sound system. Again, one thing I wanted, a decent sound system, so I do like listen to the tunes whilst driving. Starter up on here. I love that. It's really cool, that paddle. To be honest, these are 18-way adjustable, which are quite unusual from what I've been told for a GT3. So 18-way adjustable seats. No rear seats in the back, but let's be honest, you're not going to take anyone on the back of a 911 GT3. You could get somebody there if you wanted to, but legally you can't. Other little unique features, you got the cooling rads down the front of here in the GT3. Pretty cool. I like seeing things like that. I've had the front of the car PPF'd up to the windscreen, which I think everyone agrees you sort of have to do with these cars because of the paint work on it. It's probably very expensive to replace, and you probably can't just replace a small area if it just gets scratched or stone chipped. Yeah, so the car, I bought the car from Porsche Tewkesbury. Mixed reports, shall I say, of what the experience I had as a customer buying a Porsche GT3. I don't know, what do you expect? You know, you just expect flawless customer service, flawless experience because you're buying, right, a Porsche, a premium brand car. But it was far from that, should we say, when I came and to pick the car up. I went and viewed the car before, obviously, and make sure it was all good. Had a chat with the sales guys. They were great. Can't complain about all that. But then after that period of going to obviously pay for the car, pick the car up, oh, there were so many things wrong. And if I told you on camera here, you wouldn't believe me what the things were and what I found, should we say, inside the car as well. I'm embarrassed to say, really, but I might do a video on it. It was just unbelievable. Anyway, so they apologised. Porsche Tewkesbury apologised. I got offered a day at Silverstone in a GT3 RS, which I'm going to take up at some point during the summer. So yeah. But otherwise, owning a GT3, what are the positives? Well, firstly, you own a GT3, so that's a big positive. Running costs of the car, that's always I get, if that was one question I get asked the most, that is the question. How much does it cost to run a GT3? At the moment, I don't quite know. I've only had it 2.5 months. I can only go off what other people have said about these cars. Running costs, maintenance costs. I will find out probably in 12 months' time when it's due a service. The car was bought on 2,500 miles. relatively low mileage for a 22 Reg 992.1 GT3. A lot of the cars I looked at online on Auto Trader, they were much higher mileage, you know, 10, 12,000 or more. So this still hasn't really been run in yet, has it? It's done 4,444 miles. So in my eyes, it hasn't really been run in. So we've got plenty of miles to go yet before it's due a service, due in 6,000 miles or in January 27, whichever comes first. So at this rate, it's going to be 6,000 miles because I've already done 2,500 miles in the car and I've only had it 2.5 months. So, but you know, these cars are here to be driven. You know I always find it amazing that a lot of these cars just sit in a garage and they never see, you know, a fast A road. You know, they just don't get enjoyed, they don't get used as they've been designed and built to do. They've been designed to be used, they've been designed to be used as a road car, they've been designed to be used as a track car as well, if you wanted to use it as a track car. I'm not going to take this on the track. I don't need to get the fix from taking a road car on a track. I can do that through my rallying, through my coaching. I got my own rally car, so that's not what this car is about. This car is about owning and enjoying a GT3 and having the pleasure of sitting behind this wheel and just experiencing what it is like. Go out there. If you're in a position to do it and you want to go and do it, just go and do it. Go and buy a Porsche, go and buy a 911, whether it's a GT3, whether it's a Carrera S, a Carrera 4S, a GTS, a 991 GT3. I'm not driven any of those cars, but surely it's going to be as good as what this car is, right? Just do it. You know, you're only here once. Just have some fun, enjoy the car, because you will not be disappointed. It's just such an awesome car to be in. Any negatives on the car? God, you can't criticize a Porsche GT3, can you? But generally, if I really had to pick one thing out of the car that I was a bit not sure with, I would probably say the amount of road noise you do get into the cabin of the car on a long journey. You do notice it after a while. It becomes a little bit fatiguing, but hey, look, you know, I'm still young. It doesn't really bother me too much, but I'm guessing when you're going on a long road trip, I might say differently after having a few days of the car driving across Europe, which is what we got planned to do in the car. We're going to take it on a long road trip somewhere. Any other negatives? No, nothing at all. It's a fabulous car to drive. Very lucky to own it. I'm going to have some fun in it this summer. Come winter time, probably have to lock it away. I think I wouldn't want to drive it on the road in the salty winter roads that we have here in the UK. So make use of it whilst we can. And yeah, have some fun. Oh, there's a tractor coming. The one thing as well, like when you're in this car and you go to a petrol station and you go and fill up the car, the amount of times I've had people come over to me and just want to talk about the car, you know, ask to take a photo of the car. It creates opportunities, it creates conversation. It's a sociable asset to have, because you're always got people who have a genuine interest in cars, want to come and talk to you about this car. And that's the one thing I've noticed from owning a GT3. Everybody wants to come and talk to you when you pull up in a petrol station, or even if you just pull up outside, you know, your local coffee shop and you go in and grab a coffee, there'll be a small gaggle of people waiting outside to take a photo, ask you questions about it. It makes people happy. It doesn't just make me happy, it makes other people happy as well. So, the car is just awesome. Well, when you're in this car and you go to a petrol station and you go and fill up the car, the amount of times I've had people come over to me and just want to talk about the car, you know, ask to take a photo of the car. It creates opportunities, it creates conversation. It's a sociable asset to have, because you're always got people who have a genuine interest in cars, want to come and talk to you about this car. And that's the one thing I've I've noticed from owning a GT3, everybody wants to come and talk to you when you pull up in a petrol station, or even if you just pull up outside, you know, your local coffee shop, and you know, and you go in and grab a coffee, there'll be a small gaggle of people waiting outside to take a photo, ask you questions about it. It makes people happy. It doesn't just make me happy, it makes other people as happy as well. So, you know, the car is just awesome.